Hi, if you came here because you took my free fertility pattern quiz and you feel bloated, heavy, sluggish, like you're carrying around extra fluid and weight, it just won't budge no matter what you do. You feel like you're wearing a lead suit, or if you're struggling to get pregnant and you're over 35, this video is for you. In my world of traditional Chinese medicine, we call this pattern spleen dampness, and sometimes we'll say it also includes phlegm. Don't worry about the title, but this is like your digestive system. It's overwhelmed and it's creating excess moisture, mucus, dampness. Fluids are not flowing properly in your body. This is a major cause of the diagnosis, in Western terms, PCOS and irregular ovulation. But here's the good news. We can clear dampness. We can drain it. We can dry it. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Gina. I'm your egg quality expert. I have helped over 2,000 women and couples to get pregnant and have healthy babies, all by helping them to identify their fertility pattern first. Then we apply everything that only relates to that pattern. We don't throw spaghetti at the wall. Spleen dampness is like a garden that has really poor drainage. The soil it's waterlogged, it's heavy, the pathways could be muddy, even like the little puddles that are popping up. Everything feels heavy and stuck. The spleen is responsible for transforming food into energy and transporting nutrients. This is all according to traditional Chinese medicine. Now, when the spleen energy or the spleen channel, the spleen organ is weak, our dampness just starts to accumulate. And this is common as soon as we turn 30, 35 and older. And especially if you're trying to get pregnant, throwing hormones into that, the dampness will start accumulating faster. So key signs of dampness in the body are going to be bloating, fluid retention, thick discharge, brain fog, weight gain or stubborn weight loss, and Western diagnosis can be PCOS. So why does dampness block pregnancy? Well, by the details, you probably are already putting it together. It's because your eggs need clean, clear nutrients. And when dampness accumulates, your blood becomes thick and sluggish, and your eggs develop in a muddied environment. If we look at a woman's tongue, it's going to most likely have a thick coating on top of it. And there's probably teeth marks on the side. There's many other details, and please go watch one of my tongue videos because I cover all the patterns. But that's a common one with dampness. So first, I want to talk about the 3 mistakes that are common that I see women who have dampness make. And then we're going to talk about how to improve dampness, how to get rid of it. So mistake number 1 is eating healthy foods that create dampness. This is not your fault. This is our society, our culture is like, go, go, go. So they're trying to make fast foods and foods that we think are healthy, but they're really fast foods and they're stagnating and damp producing. So I'm talking about a lot of dairy, cold smoothies, raw foods, and excessive fruit. All of these types of foods, it's really about preparation. They all can create dampness in the body. So no raw foods whatsoever, okay? And if you're struggling with dampness, I would eliminate dairy for now. We can always make improvements and bring things back. Excessive fruit. There are specific fruits that are much healthier than others, and I'm going to talk about those in the video. Mistake number 2 is drinking excessive water or smoothies. So sometimes with dampness, now this is fascinating, is that we have damp in the body, but because we're not able to circulate, it's like a veil of slime on our organs. It's a veil. It's preventing things from functioning properly. And that can make us thirsty because that fluid is so stuck that it's not nourishing our womb or other areas of the body that need fluids. So we tend to drink more. Not everybody, but that is very common. So more liquid actually overwhelms the system if your spleen is weak. And then it's the smoothies. We just cannot be doing protein shakes and throwing frozen berries, and oh, that gives me the chills just thinking about it. The mistake number 3, not addressing gut health. We forget. We're so focused. I got to get pregnant. I got to look at my cycle and what pills can I take. And here's the other thing with dampness is that is so common. Before, Western doctors weren't recommending supplements. That was like, oh my gosh, no. But now there's enough research for herbal medicines and supplements. But now the problem is with Western medicine, it is a throw spaghetti at the wall. Yeah, take that. I saw this research that says this, but it doesn't connect with your specific pattern. So the good news is that you can probably stop taking a lot of supplements and maybe just stay on 1, 2, maybe 3 max. You don't need to take everything because your body with dampness, it's going straight through you. So you're wasting money and then it's aggravating, right? Because it's not helping anyway because you're not able to get pregnant yet. Not addressing gut health. So underlying gut dysbiosis or food sensitivities, these can continue to create dampness. If you have excessive dampness, then it probably is a good idea to go get tested for some allergies to foods because you can't override that. But we can address it with herbal medicines and by changing our diet. Okay, so it could just be a bump in the road, a big bump. And once we get that out of the way, then we can focus on exactly what to do and not try to take everything that is going to shut your system down even more. So I want to show you something. I want to draw a garden and I want to show you, and just this is what spleen dampness looks like in your body. Okay, here's the garden. And then what's happening is that it's waterlogged, right? Let me bring in my waterlog. So it rains. It's not able to penetrate the soil. That's you not getting nutrients from food or from all those supplements maybe you're taking. It's waterlogged. There's nothing really growing here. Eggs aren't able to develop and mature. They're trying. But it's just, you know, how they fall over and they just get soggy. So you're not able to grow. So what we have to do is we've got to stop adding dampness. No raw foods, okay? For now. And then what we want to do is we want to improve the drainage. So we're going to add in things like cinnamon, ginger, warming spices, cooked foods, okay? And ginger, and then you'll see the rest. Okay, so now that's starting to penetrate the soil. And lastly, we've got to dry out that soil. We got to dry out the dampness. So we want some more movement, moderate exercise. So we're going to move to dry it out. That's what movement does. Okay, so eventually we're going to have soil that has a little bit of moisture because we do need that, right? But now our little cute little eggs are going to be able to develop and they're going to grow and they're reaching towards the sun because there's balance in here. That's balanced now. So let's talk about more specifics on how to get to a balanced garden. The first thing that we want to do is eliminate dampness, creating foods. We already talked about taking out dairy, refined sugar, white flour, fried foods, cold and raw foods. Second up is eating warm, cooked, easy to digest foods, cooked vegetables, soups, stews. Go more for chicken, a little bit of pork, a little bit of turkey, fish, these kinds of things. Lean proteins with bone broth, sipping on bone broth. You can add in ginger, like ginger into the bone broth, sip on that. Use warming spices in your foods. If you're cooking rice, cook it with bone broth or cook it with chicken broth or something like that. So you're getting a little bit more nourishment and more warmth. And then add in spices while you're cooking the rice. So you add in the ginger, add in cardamom, add in cinnamon. These different things warm you and it'll hold. And then we want to do moderate and warming movement like brisk walking, gentle jogging, yoga poses, movement that helps to drain and dry dampness. Inside my egg quality method course, there's the quiz assessment. If you haven't already taken it, you can comment quiz or just jump straight into the course. It's called Egg Quality Method. You get 2 assessments, but the one is your primary fertility pattern. Most likely, if you're over the age of 35 trying to conceive, then you're going to have 1 or 2 secondary patterns. And I talk about this, but you have to focus on the primary one. We have to start regulating that pattern first. Then other levels of other organs and energy starts to even out. When one goes too high or too low, then all the other energies, all your other reproductive involvement in systems, they go a little bit haywire. So let's focus on the one first. If you've got dampness, we got to focus on that first. And it's a very clear path. That is your next step. So taking all of the 3 steps that we talked about, start those right away. Pick one today that you're going to start with. Then take the quiz or get the egg quality method and start going. The link is in the description, or comment Bloom, BLOOM. I will send you the link to learn more about the egg quality method course that you are going to love. I walk you through every single pattern and exactly what to do. There's also, aside from herbal medicines and a deep dive on nutrition and foods and recipes, there's also an acupuncture point per pattern, also yoga pose. I give you ideas on what's best to start with right away. And if you have any of the secondary patterns, hold off. Start on the primary first. I really want you to get comfortable with that. This is your next step. Your next step is get the egg quality method course. I'm excited to see you when you get that course. You get an invitation to join my free private inner circle community. So I'll see you in there.